Hi guys, welcome to another video. At what point are we as consumers going to say enough is enough? Price increase after price increase after price increase. Louis Vuitton, Dior, Chanel. When do we say no? Let's get going. So guys, there's been another price increase at Dior. And some of the prices are now absolutely crazy. We had this conversation when we were talking about Chanel, and I was saying enough is enough with Chanel for me. It is not worth it anymore. When I bought this Chanel classic flap in the jumbo size, black caviar with silver hardware, this was £4,500, and I felt absolutely sick paying that, but I still did it. Obviously I have it here in my hands. That was about, I think it was 6 or 7 years ago. That's all. These are now nearly £10,000, more than double, and consumers are still paying it. They're still going out and wanting them. So at what point are the fashion houses going to slow down? They're not, are they? While we keep paying it, they're going to keep putting the prices up and up and up. For the time being, I am done with Chanel unless something, and I said this in my previous video, unless something comes out that's a reasonable price, whatever reasonable means, and it's maybe one of the limited edition ones, I'm going to have to look at pre-loved. And I don't buy pre-loved. I've never bought a pre-loved bag. But anyway, I'll either do that or I'll just not buy Chanel anymore. It's just not worth it. However, I've always been a massive Dior lover. I absolutely love Dior. I think the aesthetic of it is so beautiful, and I do think the quality of it is so good. I think the lambskin is so much better than the Chanel one. I just do. That's my opinion from my experience. I just think it is. However, if you saw my recent video, you will know that I did sell my Lady Dior, my medium Lady Dior in cloud blue, and I love that bag aesthetically. I just didn't use it. I found it really annoying and I never ever reached for it. So I did sell it, and how much did I get for it? Well, not very much, to be honest. I think I did okay in the end. I got in the region of £2,000 for it, which isn't great compared to what I paid for it. However, I think I paid in the region of 3,000 something for it, but I had it a long time. Had it about 7 or 8 years, I believe, something like that, 6 or 7, 8 years. So yeah, what would that cost if I wanted to buy it again today? Well, they don't do that exact one anymore because mine has the zip on the top. So mine was the original one. However, for that size, for the medium size, they are now £5,300. £5,300. I'm just going to let that sink in for a moment. Mind blown. Honestly, the prices are just across the board. All fashion houses are just insane. They're just insane. Would I pay that for a Lady Dior? No. I don't know. I just wouldn't. However, the quality is there, and I don't know. I think it's just the thought of what they used to cost not that long ago and what they are now, and I don't think anything's changed in quality wise, or there's nothing in it that's any different. It's just the price has gone up. So let's just talk about the book tote. I bought this in lockdown, and I think this was in the region of £2,000. There was going to be a price increase, and Susie, the gorgeous Susie, messaged me and gave me a heads up that there might be a price increase, and if I wanted anything to jump on it. And so I did jump on it, and I think the price then went up. I think I got this around about 2,000, and I think the price went up by £100, something like that. So yes, at least I saved a little bit. saved a little bit. However, these are now, I believe, £2,750, £2,800. So yeah, in a relatively short space of time, these have gone up. However, they haven't gone up as much as yeah, the price increases on the leather items such as the Lady Dior are just insane. And I know Dior are trying to keep up with Chanel and Hermes, and I get it, all the fashion houses follow suit. So I know they've got to price them accordingly. But how many times are we going to have the conversation of when is enough enough? At what point is 5,000 something for a bag reasonable? It just never is it? It's a crazy amount of money for a bag. It should be super special, and anyway, it's just, my mind is blown with it. And at what point am I personally going to say enough? I don't know. So when I was last in London, I think it was probably May time, something like that, I got absolutely obsessed with the small D-Joy from Dior. I've put some pictures here. This pink was beautiful, but they also did this beautiful purple. And I was thinking about it. I cannot remember exactly what the price was at the time. I have a feeling that it was 3,500, 3,600, something like that. I didn't fully take it in because I wasn't buying. So I think I heard the figure and just thought, no, I'm not spending that, and sort of walked away from it for the time being. And anyway, if I was buying anything, I would always buy it through Susie in Manchester anyway. So even if I see something in London, I sort of think about it and then I go speak to Susie. However, when I've had a look on the website this morning for that purple D-Joy, it's 3,800, and I don't know if that hasn't had a price increase or whether it's had a tiny price increase. I really cannot honestly remember what it was back in May. So if somebody knows, please put it in the description box, put it in the comments below, because I'd be really intrigued to know what price increase that's actually happened on the D-Joy. As I say, if there is one, I think it's minimal. However, on the Lady Dior's, the medium size, 5,300, and then the small, the ABC, My Lady Dior, £5,000. I don't have it with me because my daughter has it. In fact, it is my daughter's bag now, but I have the My Lady Dior, the ABC, so it's like the small size, and that is in the cherry red. It's beautiful colour, and it's got the flap enclosure. It's beautiful, but I find it annoying. Anyway, she loves it, and that I'm pretty sure I got that just before I turned 50, because it was sort of my present to myself for my 50th. So that's nearly 2 years ago, and that I'm pretty sure was about 3,000 something, 3,200, something like that. It definitely wasn't more than that. And yeah, that is now £5,000. I just don't understand. I just don't understand it. And the mini Lady Dior, which I've looked at so many times, and I just keep thinking it's just too small. And I think that's why I'm more interested in the D-Joy, because it's a little bit more user friendly, if you like. But the mini Lady Dior is now £4,800, and that's not for an embellished one or whatever else. I fully understand if you want to spend a lot of money and it's something that's very unique, a limited edition version, I don't know, maybe an exotic. Yeah, I mean, I know I spent a lot of money on that one, but to me that was very special. You're not going to see it every day. It's not one of their sort of usual pieces. So I don't know, I can't get my head around £4,800 for a leather mini Lady Dior. Can anyone help me out? Let's just talk about the saddlebag. I don't show this one very often, and I don't use it that often, but I do. It's one of those bags that, I don't use it that often, but I really love it. And it's going nowhere. I do love it. Now, this is I think the class is as the saddlebag, the small one. It isn't the mini. It is the slightly larger one, so it's like the regular size. Sorry, I'm just admiring it in the screen. I just think it's lovely. I bought this, again, it's not that long ago, 2 or 3 years ago at the most, and this was definitely 2,000. It was around about 2,300. I'm sure I'd have to dig out the receipt, but I'm pretty sure it was that amount of money. Yes, it didn't come with a shoulder strap. The new ones now are still this size, but they come with a leather shoulder strap, which, yeah, makes it a lot more desirable in my view. However, still, this was 2,000. Let's say this was 2,300. These are now £3,450. And yeah, you get the strap with it, but, and even the mini versions of these, which are tiny, are over £3,000 now. So yeah, I know this video is a little bit all over the place, but I just wanted to jump on here and just say, at what point are we all going to just say enough is enough? Over £5,000 for a bag is like normal now. At what point did that happen? Are we all living in a parallel universe? Are we all, I don't know, it's just, my mind is blown when every time I see a price increase, I just think, again, but while we pay it, they're going to keep charging it and they're going to keep putting them up. So I'd love to start a discussion in the comments. Let me know. Dior now, no, too much. It's just too expensive. Chanel, it's too much. Louis Vuitton, the top end ones, things like the Capucines, some of those are 5,000, 6,000, and they're not even for exotics or something particularly special. So at what point, you know, I think you can still get some bags in Louis Vuitton, like the canvas ones, that aren't too bad. And I know my Alma, which is down there somewhere, that was £300 or in the region of £300 when I bought that. And I know it's a long time ago, but my point with Louis Vuitton is that to get that Alma now, I think, is about 1,300. I think there's about £1,000 increase since I bought mine, but we're talking 20 odd years. We're not talking 4 or 5 years, we're talking 20 odd years. So I don't know, there's certain things in certain brands that I still think are worth the money. At the end of the day, all of this is about, what is it worth to you? If it's worth it, you're going to pay it. It doesn't matter what the price is. It's about value for money. It's about what you deem as value. It's about what you want. But while we all keep paying it, they're going to keep putting the prices up. So yeah, do we just lower our expectations and buy more, go back to more the canvasy type bags in Louis Vuitton, although they're trying to phase those out a little bit more? So yeah, or do we stick with something like the East-West Pochette Matisse, which is round about the 2,000, I think that's 2,100 and something. Do we level at that and say, well, that's as much as I'm going to pay for a bag? Or do we go all out and say, well, if I'm going to pay that for a bag, I'm going to go for something like the Birkin 25, because at least it feels like it will be worth something at the end of the day. I don't buy any of my bags to sell them, you know that. However, paying £5,300 for a Lady Dior, when I know I've just sold mine that was pristine, well, I'm saying pristine, it, you know, it had slight wear and tear, but it was a 7 or 8 year old bag, but it was still in beautiful condition, and I got around about 2,000 for it. So I think somebody's got a real bargain there. However, would I buy another one in case I needed to sell it? It's obviously none of these things are an investment, but at least if you can nearly get your money back, you feel like it gives you some comfort when you're buying it. So would I buy a Lady Dior for £5,300 now, knowing that in a few years it's going to be worth nothing? They just don't hold the value. So if that is a consideration for you, then Dior isn't your brand. However, I still love it. I don't buy any bag to sell. So yeah, I'm ending on a note of going, I don't know. What is the answer? Just buy what you love. If you're happy to pay it, pay it. If not, move on. And that's it. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on another one.